You've sent messages, you've followed up, you've tried everything the gurus say online, but your inbox, it still stays quiet. And the problem isn't that you're not good at editing or that your portfolio is bad. The real problem is your messaging. You're saying the right thing, but in the wrong way. Most editors, and probably you as well, write emails like this. Hey, I edit videos, would love to work with you. But that's just labor. And nothing inside that message makes the client interested. And clients, they don't buy labor, they buy results. And with this message, you're trying to sell effort and technical skills, while they are trying to buy growth. So instead, you need to shift to a problem solver. You're not being ignored because you're untalented. You're being ignored because you sound like everyone else. So you're not invisible because your work is bad. Or because the client doesn't need your work. You're invisible because your message blends in. The first line of your email decides everything, if the client replies or deletes it. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact 4-line cold email formula I use to land clients and almost every proven and good email uses. It's so good that it works even if you have never sent an email before or doesn't have a portfolio. Because one message with this formula can change your entire business. So let's break it down. Most editors, they think that they're not landing clients because there's too much competition. Or because they need better editing skills. But that's not it. Not at all. Because you don't have a client problem. You have a communication and positioning problem. The way you talk about your service doesn't make people care. And you need to change that quick. And there are 3 rules that every good email follows. So we'll start by going through them quickly now. Rule number 1 is that clarity beats cleverness. This first rule is super important. Clients don't want cute subject lines or subject lines that sound too generic or cool. They want relevance. Be specific about the outcome you can create. One clear benefit will always outperform 5 creative words. So here are 2 examples of a good and a bad one. So here's the first subject line. It sounds good, but it's bad. Helping your content reach escape velocity. It sounds cool, but the client won't understand what it means. Then you have subject line number 2, a really good one. Quick idea to grow your TikTok views by 50%. It has a benefit, it's clear, and it shows results. Why wouldn't the client click this? Now we have rule number 2, and that's relevance beats volume. Because it's not about sending 100 emails a day. It's about sending maybe 10 to 20 that feel like they're written for one person. The one person you're sending them to. Stop mass blasting and start micro-targeting. Clients reply when they feel seen and when they feel that you understand them. So that's why my go-to goal when you want to scale fast is to pick a micro niche. But more on that later. Rule 3 and the last one is that value beats vanity. Most editors, they practice editing for years, day in and day out, just to post it on X and to upload it in their portfolio. And then they feel like clients will come to them. That's not true. Because clients don't care about how good your edits look. They care how your edits performs. So you need to show value inside their world and not yours. If your cold emails nail these 3, clarity, relevance and value, you stand out instantly. You will now sound like a partner and not a freelancer. Now, let's build the 4-line email using these rules. Here's the formula that consistently lands 1K to 5K clients. It's 4 simple lines, no fancy copywriting, and it looks like this. Hook, value, proof, and then action. If you get these right, your emails will cut through the noise instantly. Line 1 is the most important one. It's the hook that grabs the attention in just one sentence. The first line is not about introducing yourself or telling them how much experience you have. It's about proving you get them and that you understand them. So start with a specific observation that shows that you've done your homework. This could be one relevant insight. Here's an example of a good hook. Saw your latest YouTube video, great value. But I see a change in the intro that could drive in 10 times more watch time with just some small changes. It's super clear, it grabs their attention, and it shows that you've done your homework. Line 2 is where you connect your skills to their results. You're not offering editing anymore, you're offering outcomes. Make it simple, measurable, and focused on their growth. Here's now an example of line 2. I help coaches turn one YouTube video into 15 short clips that convert viewers into leads. Again, this is super clear, it shows your value without you needing to tell too much. Line 3 builds trust fast. Don't drop your portfolio link here like everyone else. Just one line of credible proof. This could be numbers, results, or names if you have that sort of proof, because proof turns curiosity into confidence. So here's the example text number 1. Just helped a fitness creator hit 2.3 million views last month using the same system. This works really well if you have proof and you don't have a lot of time to send messages, but I wouldn't recommend to use fake testimonials, so only use this when you have real proof. Example text number 2, which is better for newer editors, but it takes a bit more time. It sounds like this. I've added a 2-minute loom where I walk through exactly how I can do this for you. This example is the strongest. Whether you have testimonials or not, this is super strong. Because when you give them something free, the chances of them wanting to reply or give you something back is so much higher. Now line 4 and the last one. This is the action. You need to get a reply or call and not a sale right away. You should not be pushing here. You should be prompting curiosity. The softer the close is, the higher the reply rate. This line is really simple. So a good example would be, would you be open to a 10-minute call to discuss if it's a fit? Super easy and just a soft close. But if you're skeptical that this won't work with just 10 to 20 emails a day, I'll show you the math of why it does. Because look at the math. If you send 10 quality emails every day, that's around 5 replies. Then that's 2 calls, and then after that, that's 0 to 1 clients at 1k to 5k a month. So do this for 5 days, 50 emails, and you will almost 100% have 1 client. I've got a free gift for you. If you want to skip the trial and error of crafting your own proven email, grab my Outreach Kit 2.0. It has the same scripts that have helped my students land over 25k worth of clients. It's completely free and the link is in the description. Download it, copy it, and send your first 1k email today. The email on screen right now, I know it's blurred, but it landed a 3.2k a month retainer in just 3 days. And if you're skeptical, let me prove it to you. Because I'm going to break this email down right now. It has no big portfolio and no paid ads used. Just the exact 4-line formula you saw earlier. As said, the first line shows relevance. The client instantly knows that this isn't spam. The second line links your skill directly to revenue. So here's how the line looked for this email. Hi name, I noticed your offer mentioned at this time in this video. Right now, the audience curve dips before that point. It hooks them and it shows value right away. Now, the next 2 lines is proof and action. Let's break down these 2 lines. I filmed a quick loom showing 3 edits that will help more viewers reach the moment and actually click. I'd be happy to implement those 3 changes in your next video. Would you be open to a 10-minute call to discuss if it's a fit? These 3 lines together with a loom show proof and it gives them a clear next step. It also doesn't cost them anything, they aren't pitched, in the worst case scenario they're just getting free value. And then 24 hours later, one short conversation turned into a 3.2k a month retainer. And the best part of this is that the editor didn't have a huge following, or fancy case studies or fancy editing. Just one clear message that made sense. But what happens now if you don't get a response even when you use the 4-line formula? Most editors, they panic when they don't get a reply. But silence doesn't mean reaction. It just means they're busy most of the time. So the follow-ups are actually where 70% of deals are closed. Because you're not being annoying if you're doing follow-ups right, you're being remembered. So you need to use this system when you follow up. 3 follow-ups over 14 days. Day 3 after sending your first message should be a light reminder. Then day 7 after sending your first message should be a value drop. And then day 14 after sending your first message should be a graceful close. And it's that simple, respectful and proven to work. The first follow-up is a nudge. You're not pushing, you're just reminding them that you exist in a professional way. So keep it light, one line, not guilt tripping. And the first follow-up could look something like this. Hi name, just wanted to follow up and make sure this didn't get lost. Did you see my notes about specific video or channel mention? And then your name. Then the second follow-up is where you add some sort of value. You're not begging for attention, you're just proving your value again. So an example of the second follow-up is hi name, thought this might help. I sketched out 2 new hooks you could test for video title. They're designed to keep viewers past the 30-second mark so more people hit your call to action. Want me to send them over? Then now the last follow-up is the respectful close. You're not ending the loop here and you're not burning the bridge. And this is how your third follow-up should look. Hi name, totally understand if now isn't the right time. Should I check back in a month or do you prefer I close the file? So the real difference between a $300 editor and a $3K a month editor is not their skills, it's their communication. High-ticket editors, they don't sell themselves. They sell confidence and outcomes. And they do it through precise personal messages that sound like nothing the client has ever heard before. To tip 1, the one I've mentioned before, is choosing a micro niche for personalization. The fastest way to stand out is to pick a micro niche. Most editors, they just end up with choosing a niche. There are 3 layers of this. The first one is the business. For editors, it's often creative or content. Then the niche is who you reach out to. So here it's often business coaches or even broader YouTubers. But then under that is the micro niche. And that's exactly what I want you to choose when you start signing your first 1K plus clients. For example, a micro niche could be your country-based business coaches doing 6 to 7 figures who post long form. By choosing a really specific micro niche, you build trust and proof faster. You can also personalize scripts and templates for faster outreach. Instead of attaching 10 links or giving them 10 different files, give them one clean snapshot or one clean link to a loom. Think of this like your mini portfolio at the bottom of every message you send. The only real difference between broke editors and booked editors is the words they send. It isn't skill, it isn't luck. The editors who learn how to communicate value are the ones clients chase. But now, if you want to master outreach and start landing consistent 1K to 5K retainers without all that trial and error, grab my Outreach Kit 2.0. It's completely free. You will get the exact scripts me and my students use, follow-ups and subject lines that makes clients reply. The link is in the description, so go grab it now while you're thinking about it. Now you have the positioning and outreach skills. But if you want a step-by-step plan to reach 5K a month plus with video editing, click the video on screen right now. It's all inside of it. And remember, as always, don't just watch, take action.